Yes, everyone, what's going on? My name is Stephen Howson. This is tactical preview of Manchester United against Norwich City in their Premier League. Oh, it don't feel good to be a United fan at the moment, does it? You got Liverpool winning the league, you've got us getting smacked around by City at home, and then you've got no players. Absolute injury crisis on the scenes there for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Nightmare. Right, Ole was speaking. Do you know what? Before we start, can I just say, big up Dimitar Berbatov. What an absolute lad. Dropped us a message yesterday and said, send us your phone number. I want to send you some stuff. So, Berbatov's got his own little clothing line out there, and it's some absolute wicked stuff. And they've got like QR codes on the, if you scan them, you get a fucking video message off Berbatov on it. Just go to his Instagram. He's absolutely plastered it all over there. And go check it out. There's some nice stuff. He's got some T-shirts and he sent us a hoodie. So cheers to Dimitar Berbatov for sending us some stuff. And you lot go check it out. Righty then. Here's what we need to be talking about. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the press conference. Harry has got a chance for tomorrow, so we will give him today training and see if he gets through that one, because it wasn't a bad one, and we will see tomorrow. I thought he tore his hip. That sounded serious to me. No one knows what's going on. Jesse got worse with illness, so he's not available. But apart from that, there are no more injuries. We are getting players back. Although that saying, we've got tons out already. Eric Bailly and Fosu Mensah are playing in the reserves, so that will be a positive for them. They have been waiting for a long time and training for a while now, so it'll be good to see them in a proper kit. Marshall should be coming on, back after coming on versus City. But we have still got unavailable Pogba, Jesse, McTominay, Bailly, Timbo. Maguire is a doubt. No mention of Axel. No mention of Rojo. If Axel or Rojo are available, Joe, I'd be absolutely chilling. I think that either of them would be plenty good enough. Norwich City then, form in the last 5 games, all competitions, 1-2, drawn 2, 1-2, lost 2, drawn 1. Obviously United are 5th in the league. Last 5 games for United, 1-2, drawn 2, 1-2, lost 2. Fuck, should we start again? Hello, everybody. Right. 1-2, lost 2, drawn 1, 5th in the league. Norwich, 1-1 in 5, but drew against Spurs at that there Carrow Road. Basically been shit. So we're probably going to lose some like we did against Watford. One to watch for United, probably Nemanja Matic. I think really starting to show his experience in terms of being able to take a ball under pressure, coming out of defence. It's not something we've been good at lately in the slightest, so I'm going to say Matic is definitely the one to watch for United. He's played 5 games in the league, a couple of tackles a game, 62.3 passes per game, pass success 87.2, and he did show things up in the second half when he came on. I think that's some sort of experience that we've been sorely lacking for a while. Definitely something that we've been needing, and I'm pretty surprised that it was Matic that brought it in, to be honest with you. Right then, should we have a look at the starting 11 for this week? Here's what I'm going to go for then. Big Dave in net, Wan-Bissaka at right back, although I would be tempted if I thought Laird was closer to the first team, giving him an opportunity, but I think it's going to be Phil Jones and Victor Lindelof. Brandon Williams at left back. I have gone with a 4-3-3 midfield because I think that suits us a little bit better. I don't see the need for 2 players to be deep like that. An extra man in midfield gives us that extra option when trying to play out from the back. Fred and Pereira, it's going to be them because, well, they ain't got any other players. And I've gone with Mason. Again, for a team that's likely to sit back against us, I want someone that's a little bit trickier. Dan James, as good as he's been, you're looking for him to get in behind people. I think you're going to struggle to get in behind this team because I think they're going to sit very, very deep against us. So I want someone that's able to drop in between the lines and play in the midfield 3 without a number 10. That allows Mason to drop in between those lines in the space right behind Anthony Marshall, who is playing up front with Marcus Pondy left. That is what I'm going for in terms of starting 11. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? All that sort of stuff. Right then, we as usual, my tips for the week are brought to you by the Betfair Exchange, and there's a couple of bets that I am looking at. First bet, back bet. You might agree. You might disagree. I'm going to say United to lose the first half of the game, but to win the game. Because that's how we are, innit? So that's what I'm thinking. £10 at 24, which is what it currently is going to return 240 if that comes in. So that's what I'm thinking. United to lose the first half, go behind, and then steam back and win it second half FC. Fancy that? Like I said, it's at 24. £10 at 24 returns £240. And my second bet, we're going to go for a lay bet on the second one. So second bet is going to be a lay bet, and I'm going to lay both teams to score. And that means that I think that they both won't score. That's currently at 1.9, and £10 on that has a liability of £9. So if you think that United are actually going to keep a clean sheet, or maybe we won't score at all, then that's what we're going for on that one. As always, make sure you're over 18 and please be gamble aware. And there's some links in the description if you'd like to get into the mix on either of those. Let's have a look what the old Patreon group is saying in terms of questions. Nimpo, does Gomez taking part against City, say anything about the contract situation, or is it just desperation? I've not had any update whatsoever, but I would assume it's just a desperation. Christian says, I thought Angel played well when he came on against City. Would you give him game time or be starting him from the bench if it was up to me? I'd probably start him from the bench. I thought he looked all right against City, but, I mean, he is of that level. He's not been great in the 23s this season. I think people are projecting how good he was in the 18s, but he's not played at all, has he? So let's see what the crack is with that one. Do I think we'll see what Young's future is based on the team sheet? I don't think you're going to see him anywhere near this team, to be honest. And Lucas says, what is a clean sheet? I have heard of them. I think if you Google it, don't Google it. I reckon that's some... No, don't Google it. Do I think now Lingard has signed with Raiola, he will be shunned by Oli in the same way Herrera was when he decided to move on? I think it's possible, yeah. I think the illness that he's got might be I'm leaving itis. Drager says, a bit of a mad one, but could you see Marshall being a good short-term option for the number 10 role due to his close control and link-up plays shown with Rashford? No, because I think his overall passing's nowhere near good enough to be a number 10, nor is his movement when he's not getting the ball. Do I know when Axel is due back? I have missed the prognosis of his... I must have missed the prognosis of his injury. Yeah, same. Same with Rojo. Don't know the script with either of those two. Do I think we will struggle to goals? Struggle with goals this time without even Finn in midfield. Yep. Am I excited? Nope. Norwich the only team yet to recover a single point from a losing position in the Premier League this season, losing all 13 games in which they've gone behind. Can we relax if we score first? Oh... Why does that feel like it's a combo breaker for us? No, I don't think we can relax if we go behind. Do I reckon we'll bounce back against bottom teams? Norwich, given the spanking against City. We need to. I'll tell you that for free. We definitely need to. If Ashley Young continues to play for the club, should he wear the captain armband? Absolutely not. Cal, if Young stays until the summer, should he be dropped permanently and never pull out the shirt again? We all know he's awful, and he clearly wants to leave. I think that there's a good chance you'll probably see him moved on in January, that being all true. Any chance we'll see Laird in the squad amidst the Ashley Young news? He's earned it. I hope so. Tony says, assuming Marshall is fit, would I play him up front and move Mason to the 10? I think that's a better option, but I want to see a three-man midfield. I think that's the way for us to break people down. Everyone's saying their danger man is Pukki. I think it's Buendia. What do I think, Steve? I think it probably will be Buendia. I think Pukki, as good as a footballer as he is injured. So that's a bonus for United, I think. So I reckon Buendia is probably going to be the better option. What if we lose? What then? And how is the media, we and the club going to react? If we lose against Norwich at home in the Premier League, there will be absolute carnage. There will be such an overwhelming response online for him to be sacked, but I mean, there is anyway. The media, you might see it in the media. You might heavily see it in the media. And how is the club going to react? Well, the club will do whatever it's going to do. And I don't think there's much we can say or do about it. I do think Mason could do a good job as a 10, provided that Marshall is back. Yeah, I think he probably could. Out of all the players we've got that could do something like that, he's one of them. And what do I make of Harry Maguire seemingly be able to play? It's weird, isn't it? How do you tear your hip and then be like, oh, actually, no, I didn't, actually. It's all right. Someone has to get these guys to stop playing with their injury doubts. Yeah, I actually agree on that. I think someone needs to be stronger and go, no, you're injured, if that's the case. Do I think Ollie should start with a different tactic and just go for Norwich, maybe 3-5-2? 3-5-2 I would like to see, but again, with the shortness of defenders, I think that's an issue for us. It's the same with midfielders. I like a 4-3-3 and I wouldn't mind a 3-5-2 as well, but we don't have the midfielders or the defenders for that. Any word on Dylan Levitt's injury? He's been ill, but I think he's back in contention soon. Get him a little bit of recovery and he'll be all right. Although he needs to be protected to a certain extent, surely one or both of them could do a job with the injuries we've had. Yeah, both have just been out at the absolute wrong time. I think you'll probably see them in and around the first team again soon. With Chong winning Premier League 2 Player of the Month and Gomez playing, are they going to stay? I'm not hearing that. And what made Young flip out? Never wants to play for United again. Right, you got to remember this is coming from, this far be it from me to protect Ashley Young, but you've got to remember this is coming from Damasio. He's not said this in a press conference. But if he has said this, if these words have come from Ashley Young and this is him briefing the press on what's going on, then fuck him all the way off. Not having that in the slightest. Seeing Ollie injuries, is there any chance that we'll see Gomez? And do I think that would boost our chances of keeping hold of him? I think he'll be on the bench, and I think he'll be a decent one to come on. Will CBJ have a role in the squad, or is he just there to make up numbers? I won't be surprised if he goes back out on loan, because he's not really featured while he's been on loan. Do I reckon that CBJ has been brought back to be loaned out elsewhere, like Hamilton? Yep. Any idea what's going on with injuries? Is it because of the fitness staff at the club, or is it just unlucky? It's just injured players. I mean, like, Phil Jones getting injured. He's had 5 managers or something at this club. What do you think it is? Is it Phil Jones or is it the managers? It's the managers. Do we have any up-and-coming centre-backs from the academy that might get a chance with these centre-back injuries? I think Bay being close. I think Fosun Mensah being close. They'll probably get thrown in first. I think Axel and Rojo, as they're returning, would probably be ahead of any academy player. I think Mengi and Bernard are the obvious candidates from the academy to get an opportunity. But I think both of them probably a little bit raw to be thrown in just yet. Neither are banging on the door like Axel was or like Mason was. And yeah, I think both of them need a little bit more. Yeah. Have I seen much of the ESPN YouTube channel or read their articles? At the moment, they are the definition of lazy journalism when it comes to United. No. Aren't they banned on Reddit? Tells you everything you need to know. Righty, thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, if you want to check out my tips, the links are in the description. The 2 ones I'm going for is United to be losing the game initially and come back and winning it. And I'm laying both teams to score because I think someone will keep a clean sheet. Hopefully, it's not both of us, or at least it's not United, I don't think. Anyway, that would be absolutely belting if we could actually get 3 points this week and keep the pressure on what's going on above us, because ultimately, the race for top 4 is going to be a case of who's the shittest, not who's the best, because we're not very good and everybody else isn't very good. And who do I want us to sign? I'm going to be doing a video over the weekend on the players that I would sign going forward. And if you've not checked it already, check out my warm down yesterday with Viv Anderson. It was a really good conversation, and go and have a look at that. But yeah, links are in the description if you want to come and check out Betfair. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you're tuning over and be gamble away if you're doing that, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters.